Hello, hey, I just wanted to give another quick response here to this Matt Chandler video that I've seen a couple times on Facebook. I have a longer response, but I wanted to make my thoughts a little more concise. You can find a link to the Chandler video and to my longer video in the video notes below there. But I listened to Matt's message there, those 2 minutes, and I just think it just comes across as fear-based religion. As though the gospel is not follow Jesus because life is found in him, but follow Jesus because if you don't, he will torment you for all eternity. And I think the people listening to Matt's message there are either thinking, one, hey, that is me, my life is not marked by faithful obedience, and then they end up following Jesus out of duty, fear, and obligation, or duty, obligation, and fear. Or people sit there thinking, hey, good that this message is being preached. I mean, he's not talking to me. You know, my life is sufficiently marked by faithful obedience, so that I don't have to, worry about eternal damnation. But good that he's talking to everybody else here. I mean, Matt is saying that our churches are jam-filled with these type of people, as though, I mean, we ought to accept Jesus in our Savior and then live ever worried that our life may not be sufficiently marked by faithful obedience, and then thereby we are in danger of eternal damnation. And it just seems like fear-based religion. And I think the gospel message is that life is found in Jesus. And I don't think we need eternal damnation in order to encourage people to follow Jesus. I think that life is found in him. And if for people that want to go down the road of sin and selfishness and think life is going to be found there, I want to say I don't think you're going to find there what you think you're going to find. And God is going to continue to pursue you. And his love is everlasting. And he will never give up. And nothing in all creation can separate you from his love. And one day every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. But the path of sin and selfishness leads to heartache and loneliness and despair and destruction and death. And the gospel message is that life is found in Jesus. I mean, it's amazing to me that the most frequently asked question from people within the church, when they hear the idea of ultimate redemption, the idea that God might ultimately save everybody, the most frequently asked question is, well, then why don't I just go do whatever I want? I mean, in a sense, why don't I just pursue sin and selfishness? And that's amazing to me. I mean, I think we got to ask ourselves the question, what is it that we're preaching and teaching in the church that is producing this most frequently asked question? I mean, because essentially what we're saying is the only reason I'm following Jesus is because he's holding eternal conscious torment over my head. I mean, I don't really believe that life is found in him. I don't really believe that his way is best. I think God is a killjoy who's out to ruin my fun and ruin my life. And if he wasn't threatening to torment me for all eternity, well, then I'd prove to him and to others and to myself that the pursuit of sin and selfishness is where life is found. And I mean, that's just not the message of the gospel. So, anyways, I just wanted to throw those things out there. And I want to encourage people to follow Jesus because life is found in him. And I want to free people from the burden of needing to earn their own salvation or somehow live in such a way so as to prove to themselves and prove to God that their life is marked by faithful obedience so they don't have to fear eternal damnation. I think that's not the gospel message. I think the gospel ought not bring pressure, it ought to bring relief. And so I just encourage people to rejoice in what Jesus has done for you, to focus on that. And as you do, I think you will end up following him more closely. So, anyways, those are some thoughts.